Hello and welcome to the Blast Bounty Draft Show here for Season 2 of the Bounty. We're in the round of 32, which means that we've got to pick a whole lot of matchups. I'm Darth Mike, and we got Maui Snake here bright and early to break the bounty down for you. How you doing today, Maui?
Man, it's pretty early for me, but that's really the life of anybody that is an American watching European Counter-Strike for a living. You're getting up bright and early. You're finishing most of your days before happy hour.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and in your case, that's AM.
Exactly.
Well, we got the action to wake you up here. So if you're sleeping in your chair right now, for the audience out here, we're going to have some spicy matchups coming your way because this is the Bounty. It's a little bit of a unique format in the ecosystem. We do things differently here at Blast, and to explain it, we've got a video for you to check out.
Welcome to the Bounty, a new, bold Counter-Strike format where every round raises the stakes. Here's how it works. The prize pool isn't just split at the end, it's distributed as bounties. Each team starts with a bounty based on their seed. Lower seeds begin with 0, but can still strike it big by hunting bounties from higher ranked teams. Win a match, and you secure 50% of your opponent's bounty as a guaranteed payout. The other 50%, it carries forward, growing the stakes for the next round. After each round, the lower seeded teams pick their opponents from the higher seeded pool. In Week 2, the final 8 teams bring their bounties to the Blast Studio. It's a face-to-face showdown with new twists. Teams can challenge opponents by raising the stakes with their banked winnings. It's high risk, high reward. Here's how it works. Teams use their banked winnings to up the ante. For example, if Team A has $50,000 and Team B has $25,000, Team A can only challenge up to $25,000, the amount their opponent has banked. Both teams have to accept the challenge. This is Counter-Strike like never before. Are you ready to go bounty hunting?
So as you can see, it's a little bit different from any other Counter-Strike event currently on the calendar, right, Maui?
Oh, of course. I feel like the Bounty is one of the most innovative formats that we've got in the space right now. You know, you can hold your Swiss stage, BO3, 3 lives, double elim brackets. Come on, like, this is hard-hitting CEST, single elimination.
Oh, yeah.
Winner take all. Well, winner take all plus your bank, of course. Keep that.
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal. It's the reality is the format is brutal, but that leads to some of the most cutthroat Counter-Strike. And I think you're especially going to get this mix of, we have 32 teams here. It's very rare that you get an event that's actually that broad in terms of representation. All 32 teams in this particular one are being invited from the VRS as well, so you don't have to worry about those wildcard spots. They didn't come into play here. And it just means that, yeah, if you lose one BO3, you're out. And especially for some of these teams that have grown accustomed to consistent LAN play, getting into the mix with, your CCT Warriors and your online cup number 3 champions, they thrive in the chaos of online CS. They thrive in this brutal winner-takes-all world. And you just wind up in this situation where a team can hunt a particularly large scalp and just shoot themselves up the ranking and really collect a lot of cred very quickly here at Bounty.
Let's just say there's no better time for Vitality to lose their BO3 streak, okay? I want them to hold it throughout all of Cologne. I want them to hold it throughout anything going on land. But if they just get eliminated in the Bounty, wouldn't that just be the sweetest way for one of the underdog teams to punch their ticket up in the rankings and to just really really stick it to one of the big dogs?
Yeah, if it was going to happen, this is where it would happen. Let's take a look at our 32 teams. We've got our teams here. The key thing to keep in mind is that split between the top 16 and the bottom 16. The top 16 are the most wanted. They come in with a bounty already. They don't get to pick their matchup. The bottom 16, starting with 17, MIBR, is where we're going to have these teams picking who they want to play, and they're going to be hunting those bounties. They don't come in with one to begin with. As they beat teams, they collect their bounty, they bank some of it, they keep some of it, and that's where we start to get into the magic of bounty. And the only thing I'm sad about is that Legacy made the cut into the top 16, because if they were 17 right now, I'd want them to pick Vitality and end the streak twice.
Yeah, you'd love to see something like that occur. I mean, yeah, you got such a great spread of teams that are here. I mean, so many of the namestay, just the Vitalities, the Mouses, the Spirits right there. And I mean, there's so many teams in the offseason that have really been toiling away in the bounty hunter section that are just, they're grinders. I'm sure, I mean, we're going to talk about a bunch of them. I hope we get to talk about them more if they make it to the LAN playoff of this event too. And it would be nice to see some of the guys that, you know, we've been seeing grinding in those closed qualifiers make it to what in my eyes would be their first serious LAN.
Yeah, it would. I mean, a lot of these teams, they're just in that melee of online CS. They don't get the chances to prove themselves on LAN, so this would be a huge opportunity. Talking about some of the whales they might be trying to harpoon here, we've got our most wanted squads. These are the 16 teams rather that come in with the bounty. Maui, if you were one of these teams, if you were one of the bounty hunters, who would you be looking to target?
All right, yeah, my Moby Dick would probably have to be among Aurora. I mean, I think that one right now, that's a rocky one. Okay, that's a whale with a couple holes in its flippers right now. Okay, I am not too confident in what they're showing me through so far this season. They haven't even played with their 5-man lineup. Okay, no. You got Xantaras here, but I just watched them play with XFloud. They just lost their favorite map in the pool in Anubis. Like, Valve is continuously trying to nerf Major as he's really regaled us with all the other maps that he's lost in his career, and it just feels like they're cursed. So yeah, big dog right there at number 5, and I feel like if I'm an underdog, just try to take him to Overpass. Okay, try to take him to a new map, new playground.
Yeah, I mean, especially because we still don't really know if until Xantaras shows up in the server. Yeah. There's always that question mark of like who's actually going to be playing, who's actually going to be fielded for them.
Does his back hurt too much out of the server and in the server? You know, all these ailments.
All these questions to ask. Moving on down the line as well, talking about teams that have had some instability here. FaZe, right? They're bringing Brokey back in. There's some initial positive results, but I don't know. Are you convinced by FaZe yet? Do you think there's still a team that an underdog could be looking to topple?
We need to have some uncomfortable conversations.
You're starting a dialogue.
Yeah, we need to start a dialogue. There is a discourse brewing already on the Twitter sphere about Kerrigan's performances, about Rain's performance. Is Elige really the problem? And the only stability I see on this roster is in the name of Frozen, okay? He's been ice cold, but in terms of the results, they are frigid.
They are. And there's also the element as well for FaZe where they have never taken to online Counter-Strike very well. They've historically had some stumbles against underdogs, unexpected
They lost to
teams.
Pain last time. Okay, like they didn't even make it to the LAN playoffs of the Bounty last season.
Yeah. There's definitely some concerns for FaZe. If you're looking to collect a big prize, I mean, 30,000 is a big number. They could be one to target right off the rip. I will just say, we already mentioned it, but look, if you were ever going to be Vitality, it would be their first online BO3 in months, coming right off of Cologne playoffs. Like, that would be the time. We're going to flip the script. We're going to talk about who might be targeting these bounties, who might be trying to collect those big prizes. We've got our bounty hunters. Let's talk about some teams that we're particularly excited for here. For me, number 24 here, TNL. I really want to see what this team's made of because I haven't gotten much of an opportunity, and they've kind of been coming out of nowhere, really turning some heads in the online arena.
Oh, I've heard nothing but great things about Team Next Level. I mean, I think that their calling, from the little bits that I caught, is pretty interesting. I mean, Onyx, as an in-game leader, is a guy that was not on my radar whatsoever, but the way he dispatched of Paravision to qualify for ESL Pro League, it was off of conditioning. People like Davi, who is getting just crazy entries. I was surprised that Knife, in kind of that support position, was also able to hold his own. No, this is a team that I think are going to become mainstays. And for me, what I'm most impressed about is they might be the best team in Ukraine right now. And we've got Bait, we got Passion UA, but if Team Next Level TNL is able to replicate anything that I've been seeing online, we might have a third team who is going to make it deep into and really just spoil someone's day.
They really might. They really might. Thinking about those other Ukrainian teams, there's some exciting names coming out. I mean, we know Woro, we know Demka, right? We've seen them before, dating back to that Monty team especially. They made a strong impression. But these other three, Kvem has had some insane numbers recently. What do you think about this young core that's coming up alongside Woro and Demka in the Passion UA jersey?
I mean, I'm not really sold about Kvem, if I'm being real. If I'm already going to put the, some scrutiny on somebody, I haven't really loved what I've gotten from all of his rosters. But I've heard good things about Topa as well. I mean, I think that when it comes to Woro and Demka, I kind of can't believe that Demka is on a team in this standing. I feel like Demka should be playing for a top 15 team. He has been such a consistent standout for me on every roster I've seen him work through. So I feel like they are also a team that it's kind of a bit more of a hodgepodge, a bit more mix and match. I haven't really seen the synergy that I do from a team like TNL that's been together for a bit longer, been working through that online meat grinder, but I'm excited either way.
Look, we could talk about these teams all day, and we will when the desks begin on Bounty proper, but we need to get into the draft. That's why we're here. We're here to pick up our matchups. We're going to have 16 matchups between these 32 teams in the first round. It is going to be a bloodbath. And first, we're going to start with our first draft team. So let's go ahead. Let's begin the draft. Let's get our representative of Made in Brazil here, MIBR. He's a man who's made in Brazil himself. J&T, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Thank you very much. Hello, guys. I'm good, and you?
Doing great out here. Now, I gotta ask, coming into the season, you've got a new player, you've got a slightly new iteration. What should we expect from MIBR this season?
I think we had a change, lineup change, and we don't have good results. But now, how you guys can see, we are in a bootcamp and we are practicing a lot and talk a lot about our mistakes, and I think we have to improve our game a little bit and change some things, change some positions, and we are doing now, and I think we're gonna be better.
What's something that's been going well for you guys? I mean, you guys did take down VP at the Fisher event recently, and so that had to put some wind in your guys' sails. Are there any positive signs? Because come on, give us some reason to grab onto you guys. Like there's got to be something good going on with MIBR.
Yeah, we don't have a good start in the first tournament. We play against Astralis, but I think it's more how good Astars are now. They into the grand final, but in Cologne we don't play Cologne. We had a really bad tournament, and after that we talk a lot. We change some things, and I think we had to be better.
All right, well, J&T, you're going to be the tone setter here, so I want to know, who are you guys picking? Who's your matchup? Who are you going for out of the top 16?
We're gonna pick Virtus Pro.
Okay. All right.
I think we had a good overview how to play against them. We had good matchups against them for us, obviously, and that's it.
Is there any worry that playing the same team again, where they've obviously, they'll have thought about the losses, they'll have thought about the way you guys beat them, is there any concern that might give them a little bit of an advantage?
I don't think so. I think Virtus Pro had a form to play. They play their games. They don't change a lot. So, and as I said, we change a lot of things. So I think we're more prepared to play against them again. And let's see.
Yeah, last time you guys played against VP, BRNazan had a really sick game, and he captured a lot of people's eyes at the major as well for that retake versus Falcons is just ingrained in everybody's brain. Like you guys provided one of the best moments, I think, of the year, maybe the last 3 years of Counter-Strike. So what's he gonna do? What's BRNazan been cooking up?
Actually, the BRNazan had a good preparation. Outside the team, talk a lot with him to improve a lot of his game, and I think he just have to put what he practicing in the tournament, and he'll be fine.
I'm excited to see it, man. I'm very excited to see what you guys can do. Excited for that spicy first matchup. Thank you for joining us, JT.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. What do we think about that? Going for the rematch here. Going for Virtus Pro. They're like, hey, we beat them once. Why not twice?
Yeah, the run back. I mean, VP have had a really cold season to start. The only match that they've won so far has been against Tai Lu, and that was in their own rematch. I mean, they had to lose to Tai Lu at Fisher to beat them later on. And for MIBR, yeah, they've been having some difficulties. I feel like the coach was not shy about letting us in on that. But if they've been working on anything, if they're improving their game, they're going to think that the natural progression is going to just keep them ahead of a VP team that's been struggling to kick off the second half of the year.
Well, we're going to dive into our second guest here. Fragadelphia champs, NIP, coming on in here. Exist. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about this one, man? What are you going in? What's the mentality here? Are we headhunting the strongest teams? Are we going for a safe pick? Is it all about making it through the next round? What's the thought process?
I mean, as you said, we're the Fragadelphia champions, right? So the confidence is sky high, you know. No, but I think it's a bit of a mix, to be honest. Obviously, we want some juicy bounty if possible, but at the same time, we want to pick an opponent that we're confident that we will beat, right? I think making the playoffs, making the LAN finals is a goal for us here to get some LAN wins down the line.
I mean, I think you guys looked really good via the eye test in Cologne. You guys only really got you got through stage 1. You even got a win under your belt against Heroic in the second part, or really the main part of Cologne, and you took Navi to the distance. I mean, does that has to instill you guys. I know we joke about the Fragadelphia aspect of this.
I ain't joking.
Okay, but it has to instill your confidence to see that this lineup, especially with Kaspersky in the midst, like you guys have a lot going for you guys in terms of the snappy calling, the firepower addition that he brings. So does it feel like this is going to be the season where NIP put themselves back on the map?
Yeah, I mean, it's the joke as well, right? 2025, we're gonna be back. No, but ever since we got Casper on, I think the team makes a bit more sense role-wise. I mean, he's a really aggressive player, and Snappy knows how to set him up as well. He fits really good in our play style. And I mean, speaking about Cologne, I think we did a pretty decent run there. We got the wins that, like, we won against the teams we should have won against, I feel like. And then against Aurora, of course, they have a stand-in. Maybe we should have won that game, but I feel like we had an off day then. And then Navi, I mean, we brought them to 24 rounds on the third map. It was as close as it gets, right? So, I mean, I'm happy with the progress that we're making, but of course not super happy with the result. I feel like we could have maybe won one more game. But yeah, I think we're in a good spot overall.
Well, the question is, are you going to be a good spot in this first matchup? Who are you guys going for? You can see the 15 teams that are available to you now. Who are you picking?
We are going to pick Pain.
Okay.
It's, as I said, it's kind of like a mix between a decent ranked team on the VRS, not the highest bounty team, of course. I think they're one of the lowest at 15k. But we're confident that we can put up a good game against them, and I think they haven't looked super strong this season as well. So yeah, that's our pick.
All right, coming on in, Hunting Pain. Maybe going to be in for a world of it if that matchup doesn't go your way. I like the pick. Look, you know, the most recent LAN champions of anyone in the Bounty Hunters, I think. I'm just going to keep harping on the Fragadelphia dub because I do love Frag. But should we be excited for NIP coming in this matchup? You guys going to take it to the LAN? You going to take it all the way here?
Yeah, I think we can do a really good tournament. We're gonna get more days to practice. I think we had 6 or 7 before Cologne, and then in the middle of that they just released Overpass, right? So no, but I think we can do some damage here. Hopefully we make it to the LAN and take it from there.
All right, excited to see it, man. Thanks for joining us.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Moving on down the line here. All right, how do we feel about the Pain matchup?
Pain are in a weird position. I mean, they obviously have upgraded their lineup steadily, but the conversation regarding them is almost just, is your floor as bad as your weakest player? I mean,
Yeah.
Snow, who really was a heartthrob in the beginning with this team, has suddenly drawn the ire of practically the entire community for how weak his performances were at the recent Cologne. So he's got to step it up if they want to stave away the bounty hunters in NIP.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like a team. They've talked about it before in interviews, right? Like, they can beat anybody. They can lose to anybody. They really can. You don't know which pain you're going to get until you get into the server. Speaking of a team that might know something about losing to everybody, Complexity, come on in. No, I'm kidding. Who we got here? Who's coming in to join us from Complexity? It's Graham. How we doing, man?
I'm good. Just been watching the cricket all morning and getting ready for this lovely show.
Well, appreciate you joining us for it. You're a guy who thinks pretty hard about formats, tweets about them quite a bit as well. How are you approaching the idea of the bounty hunting? Are you guys going for big dogs? Are you going for safe picks? What are we thinking?
I don't know how you classify it. I guess we'll find out when we go for the pick, but we're not going to just pick a team because they have a high bounty. I think there has to be a more nuance to, the opponent matchup, map pools, and things like that. Ultimately we need to win to make it relevant, right? So we're not just going to go bounty hunting, as you say.
Okay. Good to see your 5-man lineup in play, though. No issues there, right?
No, as long as we're not in the USA, we're fine, really. Yeah. Just, I think we're fine now, right? There's no real USA events for a few months, even into next year, like early next year. So I think we're going to be fine.
Not something I'm going to cheer for, but happy for you.
No, not something I'm going to cheer for. But potentially we could still attend Philadelphia or something. But beyond that, there's no tier 1 events, at least, that's going to impact us on the visa front for a little while. And hopefully, the 6 to 8 months we're in the 8th month now. So hopefully we're, if the whatever it is, the Department of, I can't remember what it's called, gets their act together and Elon Musk hasn't doged the crap out of them, then hopefully we'll be somewhere around now. Let's
just turn this into a political podcast.
Yeah, right? Let's go. Let's go. How do you feel about the events we're gonna dive into the pick. We're gonna cut us off before we get ourselves into real trouble and blast into real trouble here. Messioso, who are you guys taking?
We are going to pick Heroic. We fancy some banter on Twitter. I've prepared our social media girl for this, so she's ready. And we're going to take Heroic.
All right. The tweets are going to be fiery with that one.
Exactly.
Also a 20k bounty, decent VRS as well. I mean, it's a good target.
Yeah, so they have the bounty within this tournament, but we also looked at the factors of like who's going to give us VRS value if we beat them, who's got the high bounty offered, who's got the high opponent network, to sort of try and min-max a little bit on that side of things. But yeah, ultimately we picked a team that we feel like we can give a good game against and match up pretty well against us, or we match up pretty well against them, and anything else is a benefit. Obviously we couldn't prepare to pick one specific team because we were the 3rd pick, so we had like a sort of a list, and Heroic actually was the number 1 pick for us, so thank you to who was it, MIBR and NIP for not picking them.
So what do you think? Off season they get Nilo, they replace Sunpius with Grix instead. They look weaker now to you guys?
I wouldn't say they on paper they don't necessarily look weaker to us, but they clearly struggled to make that adaptation with the changes, which makes them weaker on the server, at least so far. They'll have more time to fix it. They've had a week since Cologne, so have we. So yeah, it's hard to say that we're going to go out and just smash every team we pick, but I think based on certainly map pool, it's something that we like the look of. We're not going to go pick a team that bans Train, for example. There's a little bit of obvious points to that. So yeah, it's I think it's a matchup that we feel like suits us or favors us. It might also favor them because it's hard to know, but it's hard to say anything without saying we think they're shit, because that's not what we think, but that's what you want, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to get out of you for sure.
Yeah.
But it's
no. Say they're terrible. Talk some trash. Say you're gonna what was it? Butcher their corpses?
No, I can't be bothered getting the Twitter admin's already like writing something to me now. I'm sure my notifications are popping up.
All right.
So, I don't want to anger him too much, but yeah, no, we're not going to go out and say like, oh, we're picking this team because we think they're the best team and we want to, we're picking a team that we feel like we can beat, and that's all you can do. But no matter who we pick, we're going to say the same thing. So it's not a thing on heroic, but it's just we have to pick a team, right?
All right. Well, tempered optimism there, couching your words. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining us, Graham.
Thank you very much.
I think it's a smart pick, right? There's still a good target of VRS. There's a good target of Bounty, but yeah, they've just made some changes. They're bringing in players who aren't super experienced at this level of play. You lost your coach. There's a lot of opportunity for the ship to be a bit rocky here for Heroic. No?
I mean, they would have been the top team for me, actually. Looking at the entire list, I just feel like everything I've got from them in Season 2 of 2025 has not lived up to the hype or even the ranking points. I think Messioso kind of hinted at that you're getting a team that it's not too low, so you're going to actually win something from winning this game, and they're a team that just hasn't put the pieces together just yet.
Well, we're going to dive into our next pick. We're going to bring in our next guest as well. It's the coach of Fnatic, independent to make their selection. Independent, thanks for joining the show.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Really curious about your guys' approach, right? It's been a while since we've seen big results from Fnatic. What's the approach going into the season? What's the thought going into the bounty?
I think just taking one game at a time, to be honest, and not really thinking about what's going to happen in 1 week or 2 weeks, but yeah, just focusing on one game, because sure, Fnatic has history, right? But what we do now really decides if we're gonna have future, right? And I'm very excited for every single opponent we could face in this tournament, also in other tournaments. So we really focus on one opponent at a time.
Yeah, you've really just ascended in the Fnatic ranks. I mean, just a couple of months ago, you were brought on, and now you're suddenly the head coach. Do you feel like it's a lot of responsibility with this kind of crew?
For sure, being here with a brand like Fnatic, right, it's always pressure there, no matter if you're top 20, top 1, top 10, what opponent you play. Everyone expects Fnatic to win against everyone, and it's like, I'm not here to play safe, I'm here to play and show that we can grow, and this is not only a new roster, but basically a new blueprint, I would say, for sure. And surely last season we had a good momentum, playing 3 finals in a row, 2 of them on LAN. But I would say pressure is there for sure, I cannot lie, right? But it's a good challenge for me.
You said my favorite words that anyone said so far on the show, which is you said, I'm not here to play safe, and now we're going to find out your pick. So is your money where your mouth is? Who are you going to pick here?
I will say we didn't really pick opponent, I picked challenge. And I think a good challenge is going to be Legacy. I have always wanted to play against the Brazilian team, especially when it's a team like Legacy who performed so well last major, right? And I think it's a very good challenge. For sure, it's a competitive matchup, right? If you compare our team to their team, and I think it's going to be very, very entertaining.
All right. What do you make of that one, Maui?
I want to know, is Cypher going to take it to him? Because, I mean, he just got on board. I mean, you just got promoted. He just got on. Is Cypher going to run through these guys?
I will make sure that he still looks as dangerous as in Paris. Like in Paris.
Love it.
All right, we're rolling it back a couple years there, but it's Blast, so it's fitting. Which, you know what, Fnatic, you guys might want to roll it back a couple years, maybe like 5 of them. That makes sense. I like this.
I'm not really thinking about the history. Like I said, it only depends on.
Look, I'm just saying, you're saying you're not thinking about the history, but you picked a team named Legacy, so like it just keeps coming up in my brain here. The wordplay is working perfectly.
Sure, the fans deserve, we deserve, Fnatic deserves to be back at the top, and I cannot lie that, right? And I can only agree that we are not in the position where we want to be. It's just clear. I cannot lie, right? I'm not sugarcoating things. And we need to understand everything takes time. And especially with the VRS system, every game matters. You can win 3 games, maybe lose 1 against underdog. You're going back. It's about qualifying to LAN event, and that's the main goal: qualifying to LAN events where points mean more. Every game means more, and see how the process is going to be with Fnatic.
Well, thank you for joining us. Excited to see the Fnatic of this season.
Thank you guys. Very excited about last season. Thank you.
Look, he can't say we're going bold, we're not playing safe, and then pick the 16th seed. Come on!
I mean, only taking the run that Legacy had at the major, if you wipe the slate of everything else they did in the prior season, I mean, they had that miracle run, okay? And so if you just looked right at that, you saw what Dumao and Lado were doing, what Sadson was able to bring to the table as well, with Lux in tow. I mean, there's a lot to be excited about with Legacy, but I think that the hidden message there, the ulterior motive for picking them is that he might think their run was a bit fluky. Okay, so we'll see if Fnatic are able to try to regain any of that former glory.
We'll find out. Moving right on down the line with our draft, we got our next team in here. We got our next rep in here. We got TMB from Ecstatic. TMB, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello, lads.
Crazy shirt, by the way. I just got to acknowledge that immediately.
Of course, brother.
All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the map pool. I mean, F Mirage. You feeling good about Overpass?
Yeah, I think Overpass coming in suits us really well because Anubis wasn't one of our favorite maps, so Overpass coming in is a really big buff for us, I would say.
Can we talk about this room you're in right now? This is like the emptiest room.
I know.
What's going on? Where are we?
It's a huge room.
We are at bootcamp with all the other lads, so this is just our bootcamp facility. We just got actually, so it's quite new. But yeah, we still need some decoration in here. But yeah, it's a lovely room, and we have been here for 5 days now, and we're gonna play the Blast Open qualifier from here to the London thing.
Okay.
You guys feeling good about what's coming up after? Well, actually, I think we're gonna get into the pick here. So actually, I'll hold off on the question.
Yeah.
No, ask your question, Maui. We got time.
I mean, they're just coming off of a big Elisa win. You know, you guys feel like you got a little momentum running into this game or into this tournament.
Yeah, of course. Like last season, we won like almost everything we played. We had like 80% win rate in all our matches, so we are feeling really confident. And hopefully now this next season, we're gonna try to play with some of the bigger boys and see how it goes there.
Now, I'm curious about who you guys are going to pick, right? Because nobody's picked any of the top 8 yet. No one's hunting the big dogs. Everyone's going safe with it. Are you guys going to be the first ones to get really bold here? What's going on, TMB? Who are you picking?
Sorry to disappoint you, but we're also going a bit safer route. But we are going to pick Liquid. It was actually our first pick, so I was quite surprised nobody picked them before us. So yeah, that's going to be good. We are really close with them in the VIS ranking, so it would be good to take them out now.
You said your first pick? They were going to be your first pick.
Yeah, they were a top priority.
I love it.
Yeah, we take it.
What's looked especially weak about Liquid to you?
Not too sure. Like we just feel like they suit our style, and we have a pretty good veto against them. And of course, we have practiced a bit against them, where we felt some things, and we felt we would be a good pick for us. Yeah.
I like you trying to bait out the spicier take there, Maui, of what looks especially weak. Let's be honest, right? Liquid have not lived up to the billing of their players. I think this is an interesting one. My question is for you guys on the season, right? Ecstatic is a team that's been trying to rise up the rank. I don't think anyone's ever happy to play you guys, but you haven't necessarily gotten those consistent lands or those opportunities to prove yourselves. Is this going to be the season where you take that jump, where you enter the conversation in Tier 1?
We hope so, at least. Like, we're gonna have a lot of chances, at least at this month. We already have like 3 chances to qualify for some LAN events, so hopefully we will get through one of them, and hopefully could play some of the bigger teams. That's what we're all aiming for, and going to some LAN events. So yeah, hopefully.
Well, thank you for joining us. Excited to see what you guys can do against Liquid.
Yeah, we do.
All right, someone finally picked Liquid. Let's be real. Liquid feels like right now they've got the most intimidating roster on paper that hasn't clicked.
Oh, I mean, it's not even getting close to clicking. I mean, it's like a broken mouse. Okay, this thing is just barely working right now. This is and I feel like some of the players on the team might be working with broken mice. Actually, I mean, this has been a team that's just flunked in so many ways. You would probably want to hold them back 2 grades for what looks like what should be a star-studded lineup. I mean, how are these names on paper not working at this point? I'm going to need more vlogs. I'm going to need more comms. I'm going to need any insight I can possibly get, because this is a mystery to me that continues to be unsolved. And I think that Ecstatic might just continue to create an even deeper mystery regarding Liquid's failures.
Oh boy, we're gonna put your Sherlock hat on. We're gonna get your spyglass out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna fix them. We're going to fix them. Maybe not at this event. We'll find out. I want to find out who the team that everyone's been talking about last season, Xnavi Jr. Is going to pick, and we've got Garrixer, their manager, coming on through. Now, we don't know your new org yet, but do we know your approach to this one? Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure. I've been sent to this because we have ongoing, going to go in a few minutes against OG for the last open, so I got sent out and I just need to pick.
Okay, well, let's dive on into the picks. We've got our teams here. Who are you guys taking? Who are you picking?
We're B8.
B8. Okay. All right. Okay. Number 15 on here, going for the last of the 15K teams that are available. What do you see out of bait?
I just didn't think about it. The coach did it, but he told me he just want to qualify to the next stage, so he's taking the best team in. No.
All right.
Gotcha.
Well, okay. We will let you go. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for making that pick. I love hearing. Yeah, I don't know what the logic was on it, but I got told to pick this one. So, Bait. How do we feel about that? I feel like Bait is probably one of the more dangerous of those bottom-ranked teams in the top 16.
They're a team that has consistently underperformed in the bigger moments, despite the fact that in the tier 2 circuit, they have been one of my favorite teams to watch on a very consistent basis. So for Xnavi Jr. to be going for them, I feel like they, despite the hype that they've been garnering, may be in for a rude awakening that a lot of what we're seeing unfold in the tier 2 online space is going to continue to happen. As this is one of the first times where I think I see a favorite being picked, and I'm like, I feel pretty darn good about Bait in this one.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like this is a dangerous one. I mean, we've got a lot of questions about Xnavi Jr. as well, right? Obviously, you know, a new org's coming in. We still don't have full confirmation on their permanent fifth. So there's some question marks around that. They lost Makasi, who's a very good player. I think we have a lot of questions about, you know, this team punched up into the 20s in the ranking as an academy team. How far can they go? Can they keep that momentum going with the changes that they're undergoing here, Maui?
Xnavi Jr. is the one time I love giving firm answers where I'm just so unsure, because there's so many things. Like, you're gonna have added pressure when you're changing organizations. Sometimes we've even seen certain teams that have kind of captured our attention in tier 2. They get that bigger signing for themselves, and then they just show none of it once they actually hit the tier 1 stage. And you know, it seems like it can be a double-edged sword where you're fighting for everything when you're this hungry up-and-comer, but once you get that salary, some people start to relax a little bit, okay? You see the couple direct deposits hit your bank account, and then you start saying, maybe I don't need to try as hard in this next one. It's fine. I can still get everything I want in life.
We'll find out. We'll find out if they're still hungry to perform. I know a guy who's always willing to actually dive into a little bit of the trash talk. We got Nemiga. We got Lear coming in. How you doing, my man?
Oh. Yeah, hello, boys. Now, long time no see. I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to talk to you because I feel like everyone's been playing it so safe on this draft show so far. And if there's one guy who I trust to actually tell us a little bit of what you think, I think it's you. So what's the approach here for Nemiga? What are you guys thinking going into this event?
There is one more chance to show what we can do. It's new opportunities, you know. We can show our best and win this bridge and become a tier 1 team.
How's the adjustment without Zwei?
Oh, I'm happy for Vanya. We are feeling good after we losing him. Yeah, he had great mechanical skills, you know, but we got Maxim Savallo. He's a very good guy, very good player. And first of all, you need to understand that team. It's all about chemistry inside and structure. And there is no result with one player, so we are feeling comfortable after losing Vanya, and we are ready to show up.
I like it. I like it. And now my question is, everyone so far has picked out of the bottom chunk of seeds. Where are you guys going? Are we getting bold? Are we headhunting here? Who you picking?
After losing to up picks in major, it's gonna be so hyped to pick it again, but we are ready to pick G2.
Okay. All right. Okay. G2 coming in. A little fake out here. A little fake out on me. I got really excited for a moment.
I know.
All right. Not feeling so bold. Why G2?
There is good map pool against for us, and of course they have changes. I guess that was good pickup that they take So and Sampayus, but there is a little time to become a strong team, so we are feeling good against this team, I swear.
I guess the one question I have is that you could have gone with the lowest ranked team in Astralis, but you decided to do G2. Why not Astralis? Why G2 over Astralis?
I don't know. I guess G2 is gonna be more comfortable for us. Astralis is lower ranked, but they have not bad results. They're feeling comfortable with Huxi, and let's see what's gonna happen.
Okay, we'll find out.
Thank
we
you.
will see. Nemiga G2. That's
Thank
a
you.
very fun matchup. Thank you for joining us, Lear.
Yeah, thank you too.
Dude, the fake out.
I know. I got baited. That must be what it's like to read my own Twitter. I mean, I feel like I'm getting angry. I almost got rage baited there. That's insane. Lear is a great personality. I actually, all full bias here to disclosure. I hope Lear makes it to the LAN playoffs because the trash talk that he was bringing at the major was ridiculous. Okay, I want to see new lines. Like he's writing his lines for trash talk before the matchups. So I want to see him actually win it all. I want to see him be on one of the best teams in the world eventually.
I mean, look, between him and Amelia, they made our Roar roundups pretty easy over at the major. So yeah, I'd like to see Lear back on LAN. The taxi call, taxi to the airport, still lives rent free in my head.
Exactly.
Very excited for that one. How do we feel about G2? I'm kind of curious about that because I think there is some potential vulnerability, right? The swap to Hunter as an AGL. What are we thinking about that squad?
I have been just, they beat a couple teams that I didn't really knew if they had it in them. Like beating Furia from the get-go was really impressive at Cologne, but then they lose in actually a weirdly convincing way in the second matchup against them. I feel like with G2 right now, overall opinion is that Saw's still trying to work through a couple things. Hunter's still trying to figure out what he has as an in-game leader, but the scary thing about it is that sometimes I think when he's left to his own devices right now, Hunter's instincts as an in-game leader are kind of basic. He's just going for some really, really simple calls, trying to make his life easier, but then it makes him extremely readable to the teams that have a little bit more experience. So we'll see if Nemiga is able to punish that sort of simplistic nature that Hunter's shown so far.
We'll see. We'll find out, right? Because I mean, Nemiga is certainly a team that likes to apply some of those pressures. That when they can exploit the calling is going to have a better time with it. We'll move on to our next team here, if I'm not mistaken. We got team Next Level, but we're gonna have a moment before it. I'm very excited to see this team. To me, they're one of the teams that I just haven't gotten the opportunity to watch as much. They're kind of a debut roster coming up through the ranks, and Bounty is really a big chance to plant their flag, I would say, here, Maui.
Without a doubt. I mean, they've kind of been the talk of Tier 2 for a minute now, with it culminating in them qualifying for ESL Pro League through that I mean, that ESL Pro League qualifier is a gauntlet of European Tier 2 to take out Paravision at the end of it all, to take down teams like Nemiga actually on their way through it, teams like Passion UA, like a handful of the Tier 2 teams that we want to hype up. TNL's already beaten them, and TNL did it coming out of practically nowhere. I mean, they've been together as a roster for about half the year, and or pretty much the entirety of this year, and I really think that they are going to be the team of this season that kind of captures our attention, like teams like Bait have in years prior.
Yeah, I'm super curious to see it. We've got Onic here from the team to make their pick. Onic, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
Now, how are you guys feeling? We've been bigging you up as one of the teams to watch, one of the very interesting teams in the Bounty Hunter selection. How are you guys approaching this season? Is it really time for Team Next Level to hit that next level?
Yeah, it's like our first Tier 1 tournament. I mean, it's online, of course, but anyway, it's like a step up for us, and we're just want to show our best, and like we want to do this step and be better and play like Tier 1 tournaments all the time, because I guess we just deserve it and we play good.
Yeah, Onic, I mean, we can try to tell your story as well as we can via the results, but I mean, what can you say about your group of 5 players? Because I think if somebody's tuning into this event, they have not heard of really anybody on your team. You don't really, other than your coach, everybody is practically an up-and-comer. Where do you guys come from? Is this all like face-it grinding, or you guys meet at LAN cafes? What happened here?
It's almost, I mean, more like face it. We just find this roster, I mean, and we just was grinding so much, so that's why we're here. Like, I guess, to be honest, like we played like more pracs than any team in top 100 maybe. We just grinding a lot, so that's why we like did this big step and big up ranks, because like we were grinding so much. So yeah.
That's a tale as old as time. The hunger, the grind, at the end of the day, hours put in so often equals results out. My question is, who are you going to be picking here for your debut, your Tier 1 event, the first one, make your name in the world? Who you taking for it?
We're gonna pick Navi.
Oh, all right, here we go. Our first of the top 8, our first of the 30,000 picks coming through. Navi. All right, what are you seeing about Navi that makes you want to play them?
We guess it's like just a comfortable playstyle versus them. Also good like VRS, so we have good opportunity to get some points, I mean, and like also it's Navi, like we just want to play them because it's Navi, so it's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. I mean, you guys are all Ukrainian. I mean, Navi, the premier Ukrainian organization. A lot of the ways that people get on big orgs is they beat them one time and then they'll just remember you forever. Do you want to make an impression to Blade when he's making the next roster moves on Navi?
Yeah, of course, it's gonna be good. Like any team want to play Navi, so we have this opportunity, so why not?
I love it. I love it. You're the first team to not just look at this list and go, who's our easiest matchup here? Let's play it safe. You're going, you know what? This is the big name. This is the big name. This is the team I'm guessing you guys have grown up watching, right? And now you've got a chance to go toe-to-toe with them in a match. That's got to be an amazing feeling. How pumped are you for that opportunity?
I guess we really can make it. Like they're not that tough opponent, we guess. Like, of course, I don't want to say like we win them or something like this. Of course, it's Navi. They play good CS, but we have good chances. I mean, on our like we as a team like decided to pick them because we think like we can do it.
I'm so excited to watch this. This might be my favorite matchup so far of the first round. Thanks for joining us, Onic. Excited to see what you could do.
Thank you. Bye.
I love it. I love it. Chase the dream. Chase the dream. Play Navi. Let's go.
This is the first time that a team is, even though Navi are in the bottom 3 of remaining teams, I feel like they would have picked Navi if they had a chance 5 picks ago. They wanted this one because this is the first narrative-driven pick completely. They just want to take down the big dog organization in their region, make an impression with Blade, and, you know, hey, maybe Mikaze doesn't work out, maybe down the line Ema doesn't really keep it together, and any of these guys that you see on TNL, on Team Next Level, they might be the next people to don the Navi jerseys, and I know Onyx would love to be their in-game leader at one point in time.
Now, the interesting thing as well, right, is I think last time in the bounty it was Imperial who took Navi. So Navi always seems to be at the center of these more interesting picks in terms of narrative, in terms of targeting one of the bigger dogs. I like it. I like it. It's time to hop into our next selection here. It's time to hear it from our representative from FlyQuest. We got JTR coming on in. How's it going, my man?
Hello guys, how are you? Everything good?
Doing great.
Solid. No one's asked that for us today yet, so thanks for asking. Yeah, we're doing great.
Always appreciate a little bit of care shown through. My question to you is, how's FlyQuest feeling coming into this? I mean, obviously the JKS edition blew everyone out of the water. It's got everyone really excited about this team. The Aussies, they're chanting oi 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 in their sleep. How are you guys feeling?
It's really good having JKS in the team. He's a really good player with lots of experience. We had like a 2-week bootcamp before Cologne, so of course we couldn't fix all our mistakes. Now we are playing Blast Asia Rising at the moment. So yeah, it's good to practice in LAN, get some good chemistry with us and fix our mistakes before Blast.
How's Rising been? I mean, I feel like you guys started off with the single victory there, but that's in Mongolia, right? I mean, that's a pretty unique location. Are you there with them right now?
No. I'm currently at home.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is why you got stuck talking to us.
Yeah, I mean, actually, could you actually shed any light on what's JKS bringing to FlyQuest? Is he kind of like when Elige joined Complexity, for example? We kept hearing about he's helping them with so many different things, so many different protocols. What's he bringing to the prac sessions?
I think he brings a lot of more voice, especially on our city sides. He's a really vocal player. He helps a lot with the new guys, especially the more inexperienced ones, and I think he's building a really good fit. Our precs are looking nice. We do a lot of good reviews. He has a lot of good points, and yeah, it's how we are improving every day.
All right, well, let's see if you guys have improved enough to take on your next pick. Who are you taking here, JTR?
We are picking Aurora.
Okay. All right. This is one of the ones we had tabbed as a potential whale to be targeted here. What's the thinking? How are you feeling about that matchup?
I think the veto is good for us versus Aurora, and I also think that they had these problems with Shantares and Xfloud, and I think it's just a logic pick for us out of the teams that are there.
Feel better about picking them now that Anubis is no longer in the pool?
Yeah, their Anubis was really strong, but to be honest, their overpass was actually really strong as well before they removed it off the map pool. So yeah, it will be an interesting matchup.
Are you guys playing overpass?
Who knows?
Keeping it back. All right, smart man indeed. Thank you for joining us. Excited to see the matchup against Aurora.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Appreciate it.
Okay, who knows if they're playing overpass?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not their permaban, so anything's possible there. I'm excited about this FlyQuest lineup going into this season. I feel like we've already seen the signs that JKS is a solid upgrade over Liaz, and solid might even be an understatement. He's been a great upgrade for them, and to learn that JKS has been an integral part to the development of FlyQuest as he's instilling so much wisdom to these younger players. We've seen so much talent out of Ecstatic and Fnatic already, but the consistency has not been there. And JKS, if he refines their abilities even slightly, gets them to be more consistent factors, maybe FlyQuest can finally start making those deep runs that the talent definitely merits.
I mean, you do just have these like experience dumps. You almost talk about it, where like a player's been far afield playing for top end rosters, top end Counter-Strike, winning trophies, lifting trophies as a stand-in, then as a roster member, and then you bring all that experience, the idea, the interaction with different IGLs, with different calling styles, and you inject that back into a FlyQuest team where, you know, yeah, you have those inexperienced players in Ecstatic and Fnatic. We have a guy in ENCE who, yes, he's called before, but he hasn't really been exposed to that many different calling styles, that many different ideas about it. So maybe that just levels everybody else up around him. I think it does make FlyQuest very exciting.
No, totally. And to pick Aurora, I'm glad somebody picked Aurora by now. I felt like they were clearly the roster that has had some difficulties coming into this season. I know he is giving his opponents a little bit of a bone there by saying that, yeah, their overpass was solid too, but like, they've lost their biggest weapon, and I'm not talking about Xantares, I'm talking about the map of Anubis. So Aurora coming into the season, I'm unsure if they're even going to stay an elite team because they don't have that backbone map that they can always rely on.
Yeah, they definitely don't. All right, moving on down the line. We've got our next team coming through here. We are sticking with the region. We got Rare Adam, we got Kaze. Welcome to the show, my man.
Hello.
How are you guys feeling headed into the season? What should we expect from Rare Adam?
Just been up and down with this roster, so it's kind of feel like good or bad, both situation like this.
I feel like you guys have been having a couple roster moves lately. Is it feeling a little bit more stable right now?
I'm still feeling it's not stable yet because there's many mistakes have to fix yet. So yeah, it's not stable yet, but we keep still improving ourselves.
Okay. And as we head into the picks here, I'm curious to hear what your guys' thinking is on this one. We've got the teams that are left. There's still a few of those lower seeded teams, but they're pretty dangerous ones at that. Where are you going with it? Who's Rare Adam picking?
I think we are going for the safe pick, which is against Astralis.
Okay. Astralis pick. Lowest seed, the last 20k team that's out there. But Astralis with Hooksy, they've been making some waves. Are you at all concerned about the recent surge in form coming out of Astralis?
Based on their performance on Fisher, I think they are quite a good team and never underestimate them. So they are quite a strong team also. So we will try our best to see where we can put ourselves at, what level are we also.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys bring a really good fight then. So thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaze. All right, Astralis pick. I was kind of looking at these Astralis and the Furia. They feel like mines, you know? They're the low seeds, but the beginning of the season's been good for them. The end of last season's been good for them, right? These are teams that we're expecting to kind of shoot up through the rankings, and the VRS hasn't really caught up yet by the time these invites went out. Does it feel like Rare Adam just stepped on a landmine to you?
I don't think that there's any good picks at this point anymore. I feel like there's maybe one team that's having a little bit more a turmoil that we'll see who grabs them. But no, for Rare Adam here, I feel like Kaze wore his emotions on his sleeve for that one. I don't think he was very confident about this pick. I don't think he's confident about how his team's going right now. So I don't even know if it's really a landmine. I think he knows that he is fighting up against a known quantity and one that is proven to be quite strong already in Astralis.
Yeah, nothing like asking a guy how his team's going into the season and he immediately goes,
They did make headlines in the offseason. We know that Trash replaced somebody, and now already after 2 matches with Trash, they have replaced him with Tiger. So we are as confused about what's going on in the Rare Atom camp as ever. I think this team just hit the panic button as soon as they didn't qualify for the major. That's kind of my take on them as a whole. So I think that panic button is actually, the alarms are still live.
Yeah, they really are. This team is not stabilized. I don't know what to make of Rare Atom, but who knows? Sometimes they surprise us when they get these opportunities.
It's true.
Let's just take a look at what we've got so far, right? There's some spicy matchups. There's some interesting ones going through here. We're stacking up with who we've got. The ones I'm really excited for, obviously going to be in that top half. The FlyQuest Aurora is interesting.
Yes.
Navi TNL is interesting. What are you looking forward to here, Maui?
My favorite matchup as it stands right now, you've already said, is Navi TNL, because it's online, and I think that's where TNL has the best opportunity to show what they have been building hype around. What's unfortunate is that if anybody has not watched TNL yet and they see this game, we gotta like pump the brakes. Navi is a world-class team still, okay? They're still extremely good. So if TNL falls on their faces, that's going to look obviously very bad, and all the people that brought hype to them are going to sound like they're just the crying wolf. But I'm really hyped about them because it was a narrative pick. They actually picked them because they just want to take it to what was probably their favorite org growing up.
Yeah. That's that you just can't help but be excited for that storyline. You can't help it but get your hope up a little bit for TNL on that one, but we'll see. Moving on down the line, we've got our next representative joining us, SDY, newly taking up the mantle of captaincy over at ENCE. How you doing, man?
Hello guys, doing good, and how are you?
Good. Feeling great, man. Feeling great. How's the mantle of leadership feeling? You've done it in the past. You've taken it back up within this team. How are you feeling about it here?
I mean, it's a very interesting process. It's exciting, and it's always nice to do something that you was not doing for some time. Also, I really like the personalities that we have right now in the team, so it's pretty fun to play.
I mean, you guys just got Regon. I mean, that guy can be a lot of personality himself. How's it been integrating him to the lineup?
Yeah, for sure. He's a hype man, I can say. And he also can be very sharp individual. He have very interesting and demanding playstyle that I were lacking in the team, to be honest. After Kaspersky left, especially. So you need this guy like this in the team for sure, 100%.
Now, I've got a very important question before we dive into your pick. I noticed in the wide shot you've got a little cage back there. Do you have a bunny? What's going on?
Yeah, I have a bunny. Wait, maybe. Yeah, you see, he's sleeping in the house right now here. In the little house. You cannot see her well, but she's sleeping, yeah.
Yeah? What's her name?
Her name is Lily.
Lily. That's
yes.
adorable. All right. Well, hopefully you didn't let Lily make this pick for you, because bunnies don't know Counter-Strike. Let's dive into it. We're going to bring up the teams here. Not so many choices left. Where are you going with it? Where is ENCE going with it?
Yeah, we will go for Mongols here. Yeah, you may ask why. Because we had our list basically that teams that we want to pick the most and less. Due to our position in the rankings, obviously we don't have a lot of choices left, and personally me and our coaching staff think that Furia is on uphill right now. They have a very big going on the map pool, pretty interesting team, and we don't want to play them. Same kind of with the FaZe, but the FaZe map pool is not really good with us, to be honest. And that's why we left with Mongols, basically. So nothing special, but the team that we like to play the most is Mongols, because I don't want to say the gameplay is flat, but it's not that complicated compared to other teams that we left with.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big number as well, right? We talk about a prize, we talk about VRS, and they're high in the VRS already, and if they have a good clone result, they might be even higher at that point. They've got that 60k bounty coming in, so that's a big chunk of change. Is there also like that cost-benefit analysis where you're looking at the lower teams and you're saying, well, but if we get the Mongols, we get that top bounty prize, we get a huge head to have taken this early on?
Yeah, obviously. Mongols is actually insane team. they play in great Counter-Strike, especially individually, but I think we can be able to win this game. Obviously, we are on much worse levels than them, and it will take a lot of time, but I think it doesn't matter for us if we win or lose this game. We just want to play best Counter-Strike, and it will be good experience against this team.
Hope you bring it.
Thank you for joining us, SDY. Excited to see what the new additions.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice day. See ya.
You too. Shouts to Lily.
Yeah, do it for Lily. That's what SDY is hoping. It's another team, I mean, for ENCE that just really kind of overhauled their offseason. They had to find the replacement for Katspersky, so they were able to promote an academy player. But Regon was a big surprise for me. I mean, this team, like, ENCE is, I mean, you got to turn the page now. You gotta look in the rear view, say, we don't know what just happened for the last 6-7 months, and they want to show something new to us. I hope they do. At the cost of Mongols, that's going to be a tough bargain for me. But at the same time, I mean, I like that ENCE is not just kind of sitting on their hands and saying, yeah, last season just didn't go our way. But the changes that they make, I'm excited for this team, even if it doesn't start today. Maybe it's in a month, 2 months, what have you.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. And it is very interesting, the Regon pickup, just because it's so out of character of what we've seen of the last chunk, right? They've been going very much for the youth movement. They've been going for young, unexpected players, you know, your Miltsies, your Netthews, your Kasperskys, your Potties. And now we go in for Regon, who's, you know, not an ancient player, but is a known quantity in terms of what he brings, the kind of player that he is. And maybe they're looking for that. But we'll move on to another team here. I know you're always a fan of these guys, or were once upon a time. We got a big clan coming in. We got Zen to talk to us. Zen, how you feeling today? You are muted. Whoa. Hello. Hello. Let's go.
How are you doing? I'm good.
Perfect.
We're great.
All right.
We're great.
So, yeah, feeling good. How's Big feeling coming into the season?
Yeah, obviously we played Cologne. Didn't went as we wanted us to be, basically, but we had like a few off days, like 1 or 2. We played a lot of practice games and we're improving day by day. And yeah, now we are here playing another tournament. We are having another chance to get some points back, and I think that's a pretty good chance for us.
Great. I mean, what's been brewing in the big camp? You guys didn't really make any moves in the offseason. Probably didn't have the best season by what you guys wanted. I mean, actually, if you guys, I'm pretty sure if VRS just worked as the way it does now, instead of having the MRQ, you guys would have actually made it to last major. But it was actually at the MRQ where you guys had some difficulties. You wanna upend that? You wanna get some more points this time around so that you guys can just qualify and don't have to worry about anything?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the point. Basically, we stick to the plan. We believe in the players, so we have a new head coach. Obviously, we have to change some things. We need a lot of practice games. We need a lot of tournaments to learn from our mistakes, improve them, and yeah, then hopefully we're gonna see at the end of the year we improved a lot. We are maybe at the major, who knows, and played some good Counter-Strike, and that's the plan for the upcoming tournaments for us. Playing good, improving day by day, and seeing the good thing out of it, basically.
Well, time to find out if this next matchup is going to be good for you. The options are getting very limited at this point. You've got 5 of them. Who are you taking?
Yeah, basically I saw the interview from Sander Young. We're gonna go with Furia. Obviously they're gonna play a lot of tournaments back to back. They play pretty good CS on Cologne right now. We know they might be a bit exhausted and stuff like this. We decided between FaZe and Furia at the end, and we said, okay, let's go for Furia. They played like Fischer, Cologne, and now Blast, basically 3 tournaments back to back without any off days, you know, so they might be exhausted, a bit sloppy, and yeah, that's an opponent we played a lot in practice games in the past, so we had some good games, and I think we're ready for them, so it's a pretty good choice for us.
You think Hype's going to be able to take it to Molodoi?
Yes, of course. I believe in Hype, and obviously we as big, we had like some rough times back in the days, but we all believe in the players. I believe in Hype, I believe in everyone in the team, Tapson, Krimbo, JDCQB, it doesn't matter, so I believe in us, and I'm pretty sure we can do an upset here and win the game against Furia.
Is there also just a part of your brain that wants to make the classic Germany versus Brazil meme a reality?
Yeah, of course. That's also the point, but yeah.
Well, we'll see if it is. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
They just can't get away from it. Brazilian teams can't get away from it, man.
That's a crazy shot. That's a crazy shot, Mike.
Look, they know better than I do. That it haunts them. It haunts them. It's the curse of Brazilian teams. Even if they win a map, they'll be down 7-1 at some point on it.
It's going to be 1v3, scoreline 6-1 big up, and Crimbo wins the 1v3. That's how I see it right now, just to get them to 7-1.
And then they lose.
And then 2-0 Furia. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Look, man, I understand the logic of going, okay, maybe they're a little tired coming off all these events, but they're playing well at all these events, right? Like, Furia
They didn't have the best time at Fisher. There's a little bit of weakness that Big are nicely sensing there. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people maybe didn't see all of Fisher, but yeah, Furia weren't at their strongest at that event. So I think it was one of the best 2 remaining picks. I wouldn't have picked it, but you know, it was a coin flip between them and whoever else we're going to probably get next.
Well, we're going on to another one of the bounty hunter teams we were highlighting in the pre-show. We've got our rep from Passion coming through. Topa, how you feeling today?
Hello, gentlemen. Really excited. And you?
Doing great, gentlemen.
Super excited.
Very excited for this. Very excited for your team, right? I mean, you've got a coach I'm well familiar with in TC coming on through. How's the team looking going into the season?
I would say we are setting like the highest goals what we can, and we're working really hard and putting like a lot of our time and energy to improve.
Fantastic. I mean, what do you guys have? I mean, you've been brought in. I'm not that recent, but how's integrating with this lineup been for you from ECLA to Passion? It's been a while, I guess.
Yeah, it was been a while, but really right now I'm really excited for this chance, you know, because I'm pretty believe in this roster, in this management, in the organization, and I'm really appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna show what we're worth up.
Okay, time to find out who you're going to show it against. Options getting very limited at this point.
Yeah.
4 choices. Who you guys taking?
And we are going for the team spirit.
Ooh, all right. Okay, you want the donk, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Dang, you see any weaknesses in spirit? I mean, is it everybody but donk? Like, what's the reasoning behind going for them?
Not gonna lie, we feel comfortable against this team. I feel like, and we are confident about our chances to win. And also, Map Veto is looking good for us, and they have a new player, so that's it.
Okay, targeting the changeup. That's very spicy. I like the amount of confidence you're projecting here. It's like, yeah, no, we feel good against Spirit. You know, that donk guy, it doesn't matter. He's fine. It's fine. I like it. Put the confidence out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Very excited to see that matchup here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Have a nice day, guys.
Thanks.
Topa coming in. I mean, not just doing the usual, like, we don't have that many good options here. Like, no, we feel good about the Spirit.
He just said it with his chest, and I appreciate that. I like somebody that can speak from the diaphragm when they're making their pick. This is a matchup that I don't think anybody is gonna pin Passion UA as favorites in, but it's one where I think that it's actually a good idea to pick. If you're gonna pick anybody, pick a team that has made a roster change, because something might fall apart in terms of protocols. And if you play an interesting brand of CS yourself, you might throw a couple curveballs at them that they're not able to hit.
I mean, look, Moro has a strong history of angering GOAT candidates with his play, so perhaps he's going to be able to do that again here. I don't know. Look, I've watched a lot of different iterations of the Waro-Demka duo, you know, going back to the Monty teams, going back to, I mean, they've been together in various iterations a lot over the years. They are a nightmare to play, especially online. But even on land, like, these guys are grinders. These guys are grimy. They've got a lot of ideas for what they could do. You know, TC loves his long-term prep. Gonna have a lot of time to do that, to think about Spirit heading into this first matchup. I'm not saying I'm feeling confident in them, but I think Spirit might have more trouble than they would expect.
Yeah, the last few we've got here, I mean, I feel like there's a couple reasons to believe in the underdogs to at least take a good fight to the favorites. Okay, I'm not really just writing off all of them from the get-go. There were upsets in the last bounty. Let's not forget. I mean, we got some crazy results, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be at least 3, 4, 5 upsets. So you can't count anything out.
Yeah, you ready for NRG to take it to Vitality? Is that what you're saying? Who? I mean, okay. So there's one pick remaining that's pretty obvious, right? There's FaZe, right? Presumably, I'd be very surprised if BetBoom didn't take FaZe. Is that fair?
I'd be shocked. I mean, I feel like I'm surprised people haven't picked FaZe yet. Okay, but that's because of the aura of FaZe. All right. I mean, they're just the team that everybody has way too much respect for. They always, they don't know until they're the team that, for whatever reason, people want to pick a major grand finalist Mongols before a FaZe clan that has looked in turmoil and has directly lost to that Mongols team. It makes no sense to me if I try to think rationally or logically. Yeah. And that's why you have to use nebulous terms like aura to describe the effect that FaZe has on all of these underdog teams who do nothing but revere Kerrigan, as they have a picture of him in their locker that they see every time they open it in high school.
Me too, actually. That's my secret. Look, Brokey's back, so everyone's just afraid of him. Let's find out if our next guy is going to continue that trend. We got Boomich coming in. Oh, nope, sorry. We got Artfrost coming in for BetBoom. How you doing, my man?
What's up, guys? I'm good, thanks.
Now, how are you enjoying your time on this roster, right? Relatively new addition coming in. How you feeling about BetBoom?
Yeah, I think so far it's been like perfect time. Like everything works well for me. Everything suits me, So I'm really happy to be here. I hope the guys happy with me also.
How's been playing with some of your teammates? I mean, I feel like, I've always thought Boomich has been great. Does it feel like you're getting a lot of wisdom out of him as he's your leader?
I haven't played that much with him. It's been like 5 practice days plus 1 tournament, but so far it's been like really good, really comfortable for me personally as an opper. And the discussions with him, like inside of the game, outside of the game, both have been also like pretty comfortable, and like there is some. I can feel the experience that he has when I talk to him about the game and even outside of the game. So yeah.
Okay, well, let's dive into your pick. Your old teammates just got picked, so there's not so many choices left. 3 of them to be exact. Are we going bold? Are we going to the King of the Mountain? Or what are we doing here? What's the pick?
That's kind of unfortunate that Spirit got picked, but I think we'll go with FaZe though.
Okay. FaZe coming through.
Were you going to get Spirit? Would you have picked Spirit if they were on the board?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Was that your decision, or was that going to be a team decision? If you
I don't think I have the power just to choose the team that I want to play, but it was like more as a team. We wanted to play Spirit.
Okay.
But
okay, so what draws you to FaZe now, though?
I don't know. Like I don't think BetBoom ever played FaZe, so maybe I guess it's the time to play them. Even though it's not a like LAN tournament or whatever, it's gonna be a good match, I guess.
Do you believe in the Brokey resurgence?
As I said before on the interview, that I think he needed this time off, like to come back to the level he had. So I think it's possible for him to return. It's up to him, honestly, his thoughts and stuff like this. But I don't really care.
Do you think you're better than him?
Maybe. Like it's not up for me to decide whether I'm better or not. Let's see how the game goes, and we'll see.
All right, well, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for you. I'm hopeful for you. Even as a FaZe fan, Brokey fan, at times, I want to, as I feel like your story is kind of a difficult one, because it's hard for Spirit to say no to getting somebody like Shiro if that's available. But
sure.
you were great on that roster too. You were really good too.
Thanks.
Well, excited to see you on this roster. Thanks for joining us, man.
See ya.
He wanted his old teammates. He wanted Spirit.
I know.
Passion denied. What would have been a very fun storyline for a matchup.
And I'm almost surprised, the team before picked Spirit, over him. But I mean, at the same time, I think this is one of those sleeper matchups that's a lower seeded team versus a higher one, just because of the troubles that FaZe has been going through lately. The reintegration of Brokey. I mean, they definitely didn't have the Cologne result that you would expect from an organization like FaZe. Not even really making it all the way. I mean, they lost in the not even the game to qualify for playoffs. So yeah, it's a FaZe team where everybody is just picking at them, saying who should be cut, what needs to happen, because as it stands, it doesn't feel like this roster can last. And I feel like BetBoom, they smell a little bit of that blood in the water.
They do. The sharks are circling, and that is a juicy prize indeed. Well, we've got 2 picks left to make, so there's not a whole lot of choice left, but we do have to make that choice. And joining us here, we've got Daps from NRG. Daps, you are in the void right now. What's going on, man?
Just a floating head.
Man, I just woke up to do this, and I'm gonna go to sleep after. So, trying not to get too much light right now. I'm pretty tired.
Well, I appreciate you waking up to shoot the Queen album cover with us. What are you guys thinking? I mean, you don't have a lot of choice here, right? That's the reality of coming in as the low seed. How are you guys approaching this?
We're just gonna pick Vitality. That's pretty much the choice. I mean, we both permaban Ancient, so get a little extra veto there. Unless they want to play Ancient versus us, so that's sort of the thought process there.
Do you think you get a boost because it's Exotic's online?
It's online in Europe though. That's untested waters, so we're not sure. It could be better, potentially could be worse. But yeah, I mean, the main thing is just they're both great teams. Maybe Mouse is could be a bit better online than Vitality. I'm not too sure the level of play from either of them online. So I mean, either way, it's a hard match, and I think just map pool wise and sort of even VRS, I don't know if it really matters between first place and third or second too much, but I think overall just picking Vitality makes the most sense.
It's definitely spicy, man.
Very cool.
I do like it. You guys gonna end the BO3 streak?
I mean, does it count if it's online though?
Yes. We're gonna. All right. So we ended the BO1 streak on land. Now we'll end the online BO3 streak. Then someone will have to do the land BO3 streak. There's 3 streaks going here.
How many BO3s have they won online though in this streak?
0.
Zero. Yeah, it doesn't even
literally 0.
So there is no streak for them online, so it doesn't even matter.
All I'm saying is their last loss was in Bounty, last season of Bounty. Yeah. So you could be that Bounty loss here. I'm gonna ask you one more question about Ecstatic, because he's the fascinating point for all of us, I think, where he came back after 6 years of not really competing at that level. None of us were sure he was a real person. Turns out he is. There's photos of him now. He traveled to a LAN internationally as well, so those are 2 big check marks. Should we expect big things from Ecstatic this season?
Yeah, it's definitely, we took a bit of a risk with the roster, when we were kind of looking at all the options. You have to weigh sort of how possible is a player to get. Some orgs refuse to completely sell players even if the player wants to join. So I mean, overall, talking to Ecstatic, he's a good kid. He's definitely had unfortunate shit happen to him in terms of potential teams in the past, and just sort of where he wanted to go with CS, and he never really gave it a true shot. So it's definitely it's a lot of work, because he hasn't played seriously since Splice in 2017 or 2018 or something. So there's a lot he hasn't been a part of. But it's a good experience. He gets to play versus Vitality, his first European matchup. So it's definitely a big test, but he's learning as fast as he can with the practice we get in NA, and even if we only get like a few days in Europe, it's still valuable for him.
Baptism
cool.
by fire, man.
Very
Baptism by fire. Thanks for joining us, Dabs.
Oh, thank you guys.
I'm picturing the Maui stream title right now. Zodic will humble Zywoo.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It was right there, right for the taking. No, I'm really excited for this one, just because the talent of Ecstatic makes me a lot more invested in NRG's season, despite what I've liked in the past from OC. I really think Ecstatic, there is truly potential that he is the most talented up and coming player in North America. I'm not obviously involving like an Elise or a Twist in this sort of conversation, but if he can do any damage to Vitality at all, like I'm even saying, like if he's just positive by the end of the game, that'll give NRG a lot of hope moving forward.
Yeah, it's so funny to talk about him as an upcoming player, because the last time he played seriously in the server, he was opping against AZO Maui Snake.
These are facts. This is facts. Yeah,
yeah. It's been a minute since he made his debuts.
Yeah, no, he's been around for a long time, but I mean, NRG is a really curious team for this upcoming season, and even if this isn't Dabs just laughed at like our questions because he knows this is just ridiculous. This is a ridiculous matchup that they're gonna have to go through.
You got to do what you got to do when you're coming as a low seed. You got to get an upset somewhere. And if you could get the upset on Vitality, I mean, that'd be the most insane jump in VRS. So I guess we'll see. We'll see. We've got our last team here. They have no choice to make, but Vladdy has still very graciously agreed to join us here from OG. Vladdy, you get Mouse.
We need to play this kind of this dramatic moment, when you need to wait 3 seconds to answer a question, like, oh, I don't know who I need to pick. And there is this dramatic pause, and then you're like, yeah, this team.
We can do it full reality TV. We can do Vladdy, who will you be giving the rose to? And it's just Mouse stood there.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah, I mean,
we should just fake it. I mean,
they give us amazing EGL Crimson, so it would be interesting to play against them.
That's true. I mean, you guys are. This is this the team though that you thought you were gonna face, Vladdy? Did you think you were gonna get?
To be honest, I was okay. I was like watching this show, and I'm like, okay, nobody ballsy. Okay, I guess we're playing against Vitality, and we have 2 French coaches, so they can anti-strat them, and we will be good. But now we're playing Mouse, but we still have a Crimson, so I think we also can be good. It's also online. You never know. They just played some matches on LAN, and before, of course, it's a very strong opponent, definitely, but we have a good chance. Why not?
Now, there's one other thing we got to ask. The news just came out. Fiku out of the roster. Can we get any secrets about what might be next for OG?
Unfortunately, not much I can share with you. But as soon as will be something will happen, we will inform everybody and announce this move. Unfortunately, it's end of era. It was very, very, very cool video that we prepared. If you haven't watched, please watch. It's very nice, and I kind of cried at the end as well, because we went through many cool emotions and moments, our first major together and everything else. So we're very grateful for all this time together. And it definitely, for me, like always, like saying bye to any of our players, it's kind of like hard. Also, with who you spend so much time. Also, it was hard about Buzz as well and anybody else, kind of. But yeah, we need to move forward, and I hope we will become good top team. We're definitely working hard, playing so many online events. Unfortunately, not LANs. We really need this experience, but I hope it will happen this part of the year.
Well, hey, if Crimson's got the strapbook from Mouse, maybe now's the chance here at Bounty.
There is always a chance. It's Counter-Strike. You never know.
You never do know.
And we prepare best of 3 more than best of 1, so you never know.
You never know.
It legitimizes.
Thank you for joining us, Vladdy.
Thank you. It's always nice to see you guys.
Nice to see Vladdy. Nice to see Vladdy keep the spirits as high as they can be in an OG team that's making a big transition away from Fiku, who was with the org for 3 years, and for Adam B coming in. I mean, there are changes afoot for OG. Mouse, though, man, that is an incredibly tough opponent. I mean, super well rounded. I mean, it's really been them and Vitality as pillars of consistency in this space, where it's Vitality 1, Mouse has almost always been 2. So it may be Falcon sometimes, up there, but at the same time, like, no easy road for OG when you're the last pick.
No, you unless people went really crazy with it, you're always going to get a tough matchup. I do like. I mean, Vladdy provided us with the classic run of why you say an underdog might have a chance, which is coming off an event, fatigue, back to online. Do they prep as much? We're gonna anti-strat them. It's a BO3, so we can look at a lot. Chrism was with the org, so maybe he sniffed Cyclone one time. Like there's a lot of cope that you could do, but the reality is it's a brutal matchup there. That is a tough one.
No doubt. Not one that I would pin as my favorite matchup going into this one. Sorry if Vladdy's still listening to the broadcast, but dude, I don't really see this one. There's a couple where I would just pin them as like, this is the hardest one for an underdog, and this might be number one. This really might be number one.
Yeah, this is the one where you're one of the last teams, you're just praying. You're like, someone have hubris. Someone target Vitality. Lear faking them out. They're like, no, yeah. Come on.
That almost got a lot of people extremely excited.
Everyone's playing it pretty safe. I think other than Passion going for Spirit, there's a lot of playing it safe here, I'd say.
There is. I feel like if I have to pick a matchup that I feel like is going to be interesting. I already brought up TNL versus Na'Vi. That is probably my number one. But for some other ones, I feel like New Look BetBoom versus FaZe is another one where if you really want to see a potential underdog upset, I don't see why it shouldn't be that one at the top of the bill. On top of that, I feel like a Complexity team right now versus Heroic, man, they're hungry to just play with their actual 5-man lineup that showed us such promise at PGL Bucharest in the middle of last season, but then they just got completely derailed by the visa issues for Halzerk for the Austin Major. Didn't show really an ounce of what we got back all the way in Bucharest, and I want to see them coming into this season just saying, Heroic, you made some mistakes on your roster moves, whereas Complexity can show some fire.
Some consistency, and I mean they need the wins, right? They're at perilous risk of slipping down those rankings, which is going to be true for a lot of these teams. There is a lot of opportunity. We're talking about the bounties, we're talking about the VRS, we're talking about making it to the land. There is a huge amount on the line for these teams, and it sets up some very exciting opening round matchups and some very exciting matchups all the way down the line. You were right to talk about it earlier. There's always upsets. It's online Counter-Strike. It's the beginning of the season. Teams are making roster changes. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what to predict. There is a lot of opportunity for chaos to get injected in here, and the question is, who's going to take down a big dog? Who's going to find that bounty? Who's going to give themselves a massive prize pool? Who's going to slingshot themselves up the rankings? That's what we're going to have to find out. But this is going to wrap up our first show here, our first draft show. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in. The show itself starts on Tuesday. Our matches begin on Tuesday. We're both going to be there. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun to bring you the show to see what happens in this edition of the Blast Bounty. So be sure to tune in on Tuesday when that happens. We'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye, everyone.